Hi friends, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a simple login system with Python 3. For example, now let's run this program now, and it's a simple login system whereby when we input our username to sign up, let me write my name Lookman as the username, and the same thing to Lookman as the password. And when I click on sign up, it says account successfully created or logged in. So whenever I input that same name, it says whenever I want to re-sign up for that with that same username I've already signed up, it says account already created. So it won't create any account. What we are and also if the space are empty, it's going to show text can't be empty right over here. And also let's try and log in by details. And also if I write man as the username and man as the password, it says account successfully created or logged in. But maybe if I mistakenly input a wrong password or a wrong username, it's going to write wrong username stroke password. Or maybe I input another wrong input, is going to say wrong username and password. So that's what we are going to be working on today. So let's get started. Hi, please, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, and also please don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. And also please don't forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description. And also please do not forget, and the link to this source code is at the description below. So let's get started. So now in our first step is to import those important modules, like all those important stuff. So let's clear this off right over here. I'm going to clear it off right now, and I'll write from Kivy from um Kivy dot app, then import app, then from Kivy dot lang dot builder, then import builder, then also from Kivy dot properties, import string property, and also from Kivy dot uix dot screen manager, import both screen and then screen manager, and finally import pickle. So that is all for this first step now. So in our second step now, we want to create the classes for the three screens, both the sign up screen, the login screen, and the main profile screen. So first of all, we have to create our profile, our class, which is profile profile create, then app. Then here we are going to write our stuff like this right here. We are going to create a build function, build. Then this build will be we are going to write um screen is equal to um builder dot load string. Then we write screen manager, and we come right over here and we write our screen manager kv file. going to equal to. So then, aside from that, we are going to let me see something right over here. We are going to enter right over here and write return screen. So right over here we are going to create another class, which is this is the app. I'm just creating the app right over here. So the next step, we are going to create let's now create class. Then the name of the first class is sign up screen. So right over here we are going to write screen. Then from here we'll just write pass. So let me just copy and paste to save time. So right over here I'll just copy this here, copy, paste right over here, and paste right over here. Change the name. Let me change the name of this sign up screen to login. The next name will be login. What are we going to call it as? We'll just call it login screen. Yeah, login screen. Login screen. We pass it, and also we are going to call this as profile screen. Profile screen. So after that, now the next step we are going to do right over here is that we are going to be working on our Kivy file. So let's work on that right now. So now for us, before we work on our Kivy file, let's make sure that we connect the screen. Let's just make sure we connect all our screen to screen manager. Then under this sm.add widget, we are going to be adding all our screens. The first one will be login screen. Then we are going to write name is going to be equal to, we are going to give it the name, which is log in. So let me just copy and paste this one for us to save our time. So we copy this, and we come right over here and paste it, and we paste this one too. So we just change the name. Instead of this one to be login screen, this one will be sign up screen. Sign up screen. Then this one will be profile screen. We're going to name it as profile screen. Then let's change the name of the file. The name. This one, I will change it to profile. And also we are going to change this one to I'll write SIG and sign. I'll just write sign. So let's work on creating the KV file now. So now we want to create our KV files, our KV file, and so that we can be able to manage each screen. So the first one will be what we are going to do now. We are going to create a variable. Now we are going to create We are going to write screen manager manager right over here. Then sign and up screen. Then sign up screen. We are going to create our classes for sign up screen, the login screen, the login screen, and also the profile screen. So now right over here for our sign up screen, we want to add all those this thing, or like we want to add all those UI, the user interface, to each of the screens. So our first goal now is to add all those user interface like buttons, text, labels, text input, or whatever. So let's write, first of all, let's create for sign up screen, sign up screen. We are going to say the name. We are going to write name is going to be equal to sign, as we have done right over here below. Right over here, name is going to be equal to sign. So after that, we are going to write label. We are going to create our label, and under this label we are going to write text. It's going to be sign up. Then let's give it font size. Then font size font size is going to be font size is going to be we are going to write self dot height, then over 15. We are going to multiply it by 1, and from here we are going to give it our position. We are going to write position underscore hint, which is going to be center underscore x, center underscore x. Let me fix something right over here. Then our center x is going to be 0.48. Then center y is going to be 0.9. And also let's run it now and see what it's going to display to us. So let's run it now. We forgot to do something. We are going to say profile create, then dot run. So let's run it now. Let's run the application and see. Invalid property name. What's the issue right over here? Name says Okay, here I made a mistake right over here. Instead of equal to, it's like we are supposed to put it like semicolon. So let's run it now and see the issue. This one again. Okay, right over here. Forgot to do this. So let's run it now. So we have our text label sign up. So let's add some other things too. So in our next step now, we are to add some other stuff to the sign up screens. Let's add text input. I'm going to add input text text input. Then our text input, the name of the text input is going to be it's not text input, label, another label right over here. So label, so right over here text is going to be the text of the label is going to be username, that's the name, user name, and the font size is going to be um we're going to write self dot height over 15 bracket times 0.85 times 0.85. So our next step now is to know the position for it. Position underscore hint, and our position we are going to give it we are going to write center underscore x, and it's going to be our center underscore x is going to be 0.25. Then our center y our center underscore y is going to be 0.7. So let's check this one too also. Let's run it and check it. So it displays username here. So next step now, let's put our text input, and to do that right now, we are going to write text input is going to be, we are going to write id of the text input. We are going to call it sign up user name, and under here we are going to write text is going to be empty right over here, and the size of the text input, the size is going to be the size of the text input is going to be, the x value is going to be 0.25, and the y value is going to be 0.05, and also the position underscore hint is going to be we are going to put it center. We are going to write center underscore x is going to be 0.48, and our y value which is center y, then center underscore y is going to be 0.7. So let's run it now and see our result. We have our user input, so let's move on adding the password, this thing. For the password, right over here we're going to write, um let's okay. So in this next step now, I want to create the label um for the password. So right over here, I'm going to come over here and write label. Then under here, I'm going to write text. Is going to be um the text of the label is going to be password. The password. So under here, I'm going to write font underscore size, and right over here the size I'm going to give it is, we are going to give it self dot height over 15, then multiply it by 0.85. So under here I'm going to give it a position underscore hint. Then we are going to write um center underscore x is going to be um is going to be 0.25. And also then we are going to write center center underscore y, and we are going to say it's 0.6. So let's run now and see our result now. What's the issue right over here? It's saying, okay, font size. I say, what's the issue right over here? I don't know. It's saying the issue is right over here. Unsupported for floats. Okay, I made a mistake. Instead of us writing, let's change it to bracket. To normal bracket. Let's run now and see our results. So we have our password right over here. It's just for us to add our text input. So let's add our text input. So now to add our text input, we are going to write text input is going to be id is going to be sign up password. Then the text is going to be empty, and also we are going to give it a size, and the size is going to be size underscore hint. The size is going to be 0.25 with 0.05. So our position underscore hint is going to be um we are going to write center underscore x is going to be 0.48, and our center underscore y is going to be um 0.6. So let's run it and check. So now we have our text input for password and username. So let's add the button right now. So now in our next step now we want to make sure that, okay, let's run the program again. Okay, let's assume we put anything as our username and password. We want to make sure we hide this password. So for us to hide the password, we are going to come over here and write password. Password right over here is going to be true. So we run it now. We run our program right over here. So whenever we input anything in the password section, it's going to whenever we input anything in the password section, it's going to not it's going to hide the password. So let's work on our next step now. So our next step now is to create the button the sign up button. And for us to do that, we are going to write button, then the text of the button is going to be, the name of the button is going to be sign sign up. So our position, the position for the button is, we are going to write underscore hint size underscore hint is going to be 20% on the x and 10% on the y. And also the position underscore hint is going to be the center x. Let me just quickly copy this instead of us wasting time right over here. I'll just copy and change the values. I'll copy it right over here and change the values, and it's going to be this. Our center x is going to be 0.48, and our center y is going to be 0.45. So, and also the last thing we want to do now is to write on press on underscore press. We are going to say root dot sign up. It doesn't matter, but we are going it's going to be relevant in the future. It's going to be very relevant soon. So let's run now and see. So we have our sign up button now. So the next step is to add some other things, like you haven't if you haven't signed up, if you have signed up, you should log in, and all those texts that we are going to be displaying right over here when we input the wrong figures, or we do not input the right stuff. So let's work on that right now. So let's add some other UI, some other user interface to the screen. So the next step is to add label, and label right over here. We are going to write text. It's going to be sign sign uh, signed up. We are going to ask the user if you have already signed up under this label. So let's give it size, font underscore size, and under this we are going to write self dot height over 15. Then we are going to write um we are going to write times 0.85. So then also we are going to write position underscore hint is going to be let's not waste time. So let me just copy this right over here and I'll paste it. Copy and paste right over here. So our x value will be 0.25 and our y value is going to be 0.25. 0.25. So let's run it now and see what it looks like. So it's displayed right over here. So we want to create a button that if we have signed up, we should just go to the login page. So let's work on that. So let's add our button. So to add our button now, we are going to create another this thing. We are going to write button, which is going to be text is going to be, the name of the button is going to be login, and also the size. Let me just copy this right over here and I'll just copy this right over here and paste, copy, and I'll paste right over here. So our position, the self dot size, and the only thing we are going to change here is our position. So the position center x is going to be 0.35, 0.35, and our y value is going to be 0.15. So our this thing is let's change it to 0.48 and 0.25. So what we are going to do right over here is that whenever we press the button, we are going to write root dot manager dot current is going to be equal to login. That means we are going to transition whenever we press the button, we are going to enter the login screen right over here. We haven't created it, but that's what we are going to be working on. So let's run it now and see the results. So now we already have our sign up screen created. So we have it fully created. So let's work on the login screen. So in this our next step now, what we want to do now is to create our we've created our sign up screen class right over here. We are to create login screen and profile screen. So let's work on creating the login screen. I'll just copy everything right over here. To save time, we just need to copy and copy right over here and paste, and then change the most important thing. So let's paste it and start changing right over here. So here around here we are going to call this one We are going to call it login screen. So yes, login screen. We are going to call it login screen. We are going to write login as the name. You remember we wanted to transition. Whenever we press that button, we are going to transition to login screen. So let's just change the variables and all those stuff. The label, we are going to call it login. We are going to change this one to in, login. Then right over here, we are going to leave our username, the text input. Instead of sign up username, we are going to write login username, login username, and also we are going to change this side to login password. Then our button is login instead of sign up, log in, and the text should be instead of sign up, um I'll say, okay, let's run it and see how it's going to look like right now. So right over here, when we click on login, it's going to send us to the login screen. You see the login screen here. There is the login screen right over here. So the only thing we need to change right over here is this sign. Is it we are going to say not signed up. Instead of writing signed up, we are going to now change it to sign up. We are going to change the sign up button. So we are going to write not signed up. So instead of um I will now change this right over here, not sign up. I'll change the text right over here to sign up, and also we are going to transition it to sign and the sign screen, which is right over here. So let's run it now and see our result. So we haven't written anything, login, not sign up. Let's just change the position of the label because it looks like the x, we are going to put it by 2.0 instead of 2.25. So let's see it now. Let's click on login, not sign up. It still has to be shifted backwards, the label. So login, no, I think it's right over here. I'm making mistakes. I have to come to the login screen and change this not signed up. The position should be 1.0.15. So login not signed up. It's still some a little bit far. But let's just write 2 point. We are going to write 0.2. So let's run now and see. So login, not sign up. At least it's better right now. So in our next step now, we are going to create the account screen. So let's work on that. So now we want to create the profile screen class. So let me just copy and paste the other class I have. Let me copy this old class, which is login screen, and just change the name of the text, and I'll copy and I'm going to paste right over here. So I'm going to call it profile screen. Profile screen is what I'm going to call it as. So right over here, I'm going to rename it as profile. And also what I'm going to do right over here, I need to clear all of this right over here off. I need to clear this off. So right over here, I'll create a label, then text. The label is going to be um we are going to say account successfully fully created, or logged in. So under here we are going to write font underscore size is going to be self dot height over 15 times 1. Then the position, we are going to give it position underscore hint. I'll just copy this position right over here and change the values. So let me copy this right over here and paste it here. I'll just change it to 0. The x should be is going to be 0.5, and the center y is going to be 0.9. So right now let me run it and see how it looks like now. Right now, let me change the, what will I call it, right over here under this sign up. Let me check it for us to be able to check that other screen, which is the what is the name of the this thing, what's the name, profile screen. So let's change the, whenever we press whether um let's go to the login, the sign up screen right over here. We are going to check this button right over here, the last one, we are going to change it to what will we call it, profile. Let's run it now and see. So let's say, assuming now we want to click on login, let's say okay, so account successfully created or logged in. So it's looking normal. So let's add one more thing. The one more thing we want to add now is the button. So the button that will tell us to see, the button that is going to sign out for us, is going to sign out the program for us. So let's work on that. So now let's work on that now. Instead of this thing, we just write what we are going to write is button is going to be text, is going to be sign out, sign out. The text of the button is going to be sign out. Then under it we are going to write size underscore, and let me just copy this right over here and just paste it, copy and paste and change the values. So right over here I'll just write it like this, just paste it, and all we are going to do, the only thing we are going to change is here, instead of 25 is going to be 0.45. Then on press, let's just send the user to back to the sign up screen. So let's run it now and see if it's working properly. So now it says sign up. So whenever we click login, say account successfully created or login, we sign out. Okay, it says an error, no screen name sign. what's wrong right over here? Let's connect this right over here. Okay, I put instead of me using small letter, I use capital letter. So let me run it now. It's going to work right now. So click on login, click on sign. It takes you to sign up screen. So that's how to we have successfully created the screen management system. So let's work on our next step, which is to add all the, maybe if we impute this button, we impute the right thing with we impute the right thing right over here. It's going to log in for us. If we don't impute the right thing, it's not going to log in log in the program for us or sign up. So let's work on that right now. So right now in this step, what we want to do right over here in this step is for us to be able to, now whenever we impute any button and we want to click sign up, it takes us to our sign up page. And whenever we want to log in, but let's change these logins. Let's connect the login with the login screen instead of it connecting to the profile screen. So let's work on that now. So it's right over here. We are going to, instead of it changing to profile, we are going to make sure um it goes to login screen. So sign up, login. Okay. Okay, now right over here, if you have signed up, you click on login to take you to the login page. If you have not signed up, you should, when you click the sign up button, it should take you right over to the sign up. It's going to take you over to the sign up page. So how are we going to do that now? We want to fix this error right over here, because the error is mainly connected with whenever we click on login right over here. It's on the login screen. The main error is at the login screen. So let's go to the last point where I put it. Instead of sign, it was in capital letter. It's supposed to be in small letters. So let's run it and see if it's working properly. So fine. Click on sign up. It takes us to sign up screen. So our next step is that if we impute if we want to sign up now, we impute our username and password too. Then it's going to sign up and take us to the account screen. So let's work on that right now. So now for us to make sure that whenever we impute whenever we want to sign up and we enter our password, whenever we click or create any username and enter our password or click sign up, it's going to take us to the profile screen. So for that, let's work on that now right now. So to work on that, this is what we are going to do right over here. We are going to come over, first of all, let's come to the sign up screen class. And right over here, whenever we click the sign up button, whenever we press the sign up button, we are going to we are going to connect this press button with a sign up function. So for us to be able to do that, we are going to come right over here to the sign up screen. The sign up screen right over here. We are going to come right over here and write DEF, then sign up. So what we are going to do is that whenever we click the sign up button, we want to make sure that we want to make sure Python do some certain things. And here's what we are going to do. We are going to say we are going to create a variable which is signing up user name is going to be equal to self dot ids dot sign up user name. Let me show you where I'm connecting it from the this sign up username is under this our sign up screen. This is the sign up username. We are trying to get all these text input we imputed. So we are going to write dot text. Same for the password. We are going to write signing up password. Password. We are going to connect it to together. We are going to connect it to together. Also right here, signing up password. Right over here, we are going to connect it with it here, self.ids dot signing up password dot text. So we want to create an if condition, and the if condition is that if we want to check that, because sometimes whenever we whenever we want to sign up and we've not input any data or information, we've not input any data or information on the we've not input any data or information in both username and password, then instead of it just logging in, we are going to say, hey, you haven't input anything. We are not going to take you to the profile screen unless you have already input something right over here. So under here we are going to write if signing up signing wait sorry, I'm making mistake right over here. I'm going to write if, then signing up username. If signing up username is equal to that's nothing, and also signing up password is equal to nothing, then what are we going to do for it? What are we going to do? So what we are going to write is that we are going to write print bracket. What we are just going to do is that we are just going to, first of all, we want to display it on our log screen that text can't be empty. So when we do that, if we do that, it's going to display that for us. Then we are going to write something else. Then also, for us to check that if we have already signed up with, if we are signing up with the same username, elif, we want to make sure that if we are signing up with the same username, if we are signing up with the same username and password we've signed up before, then it should also not log into the, it should also not sign up. You should display an error saying that account has already been created. So for us to do that, we're going to write if signing if signing up username is equal to here's what we want to do now. We want to check if, that's why we import pickle module. We want to check if just follow me, this step, this thing is somehow complicated, but if you follow closely, you are going to understand it. We are going to write pickle.load, then open, then the name of this thing, we are going to call it let's go down where we are now. Open, we are going to call the name of the file, which is sign up username. I've already created it before, but I just need to I just need to save time. Then we write our comma. Under here we are going to write our comma, then WB. and 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 also, if signing up password is equal to pickle pickle dot load, then open open, then also signing up password, signing up password, then we write our comma, then WB. That means if our signing up username is equal to whatever we've saved already before, that we've used to sign up, and also the same thing for username and password. If such conditions are met, then we are going to write print. What you are going to write over here is that user name has been um created. So for our last step, what we are going to do now for our last, so under this now, if all these conditions are not met, then what we want to do is that we are going to write else. Then under here we are going to save the data. Signing up username, we are going to write signing up username is going to be equal to we are going to write pickle, we are going to save it, dot dump we are going to write this variable we are signing up username, and also we are going to write open, then we are going to copy this right over here. Signing up, we are just going to copy this to save time. We are going to copy it right over here, and we are going to paste it here and write RB instead of WB. This time we are going to write RB for saving. So the same thing too I'll do for password too. Instead of me wasting time here too, I'll copy this, create the variable for password. I'll come over here and create signing up password, and also it's going to be pickle.dump signing up password. We are going to save, we are going to write signing up password, then we are going to save it. And the next thing we are going to do is that we want to make sure that the both and username and password input, this thing is, and they are both empty, the text field are empty. So we are going to write signing up username is going to be equal to self dot ids dot signing. I'll just copy this again. I'm going to recopy all of this right over here. I'm going to copy it and paste it right over here. What I want to make sure to happen is that I want both of the text input field to be empty, and then the next thing we want to do is to move to the next screen. So for us to move to the next screen, we are going to write self dot parent dot current current is going to be equal to profile. That is our profile screen. So let's run it now. What's the error? It's showing an error right over somewhere, which I don't get. Okay, signing up password is right over here. It's going to be equal to pickle. So now let's run it and see the result now. supposed to work. Everything's supposed to work perfectly. Now sign up. Let's sign up with let's sign up. Let's write the username. Let's give it tutorial, and password the same thing. Password is going to be tutorial. We are going to sign up. It's showing some error right over here. Um it says key error, signing up password. Let's fix this. Wait, let me fix this. I've seen the issue. The issue is around here. The IDS is not correct. Instead of, it's supposed to be sign up password. If you check it, you have to change it. Instead of signing up password, is sign up password. Maybe you have your ing. That time I put signing up right over here. You remove your sign up and you remove this ing. So now let's run the program. Let's run the program now and see now. When we run it now, whenever we click on this stuff, whenever we click on the, the issue of the this thing is an IDS error. We are supposed to write sign up password instead of signing up password. Right over here, we are going to change the IDS, remove the ing. So let's also bring this to the same line as here too also. So now let's run the program and see it for ourselves now. Whenever the username and password is empty, I'll click on sign up. It says text can be empty, and whenever we input anything as username and password, it's supposed to, okay, it's showing an error again. Then it's supposed to take us to the next screen. What's the issue right over here? It's showing an error right over here. So it says unsupported operation read. The error is right over this pickle.load side right over here, and pickle.open.wb. So let's do something right over here. So in this tutorial, let's clear up this stuff right over here. This if sign up username equal to pickle.load. So let's just clear that off and run the program. For this program, we are going to clear that off. So let's run it now and see. So our username and password. If we want to sign up, it says text can be empty, and we can't move on to the next screen unless we impute our details for sign up. So let's write let's write something as the username user. Let's write user as the password. So we click on sign up. It says account successfully created or logged in. So now the next step, now we want to work on the login on aspect, that whenever we want to log in back, when we write user and we write user, it logs us it logs us into the profile screen if the username, if we have created this username and password. But if not, it's going to tell us wrong password or wrong username. So let's get started on that. So for the password section, let's go to the Kivy password for the Kivy login class. So whenever we write over here, we click on the login button, we are going to write root dot. We are going to create a function. We are going to link it with a function on the login class. We are going to write login root dot login login, and we are going to link it with this login screen class. I'll write def login then self. So right over here now, for us, what we are going to do right over here is that whenever that button is being pressed, that means right over here on press root dot login. Whenever that button is being pressed, then what we are going to do right over here is that let's link up the let's write create created username created username is going to be self.ids.login username dot text. We are trying to link it. Let's go to the login class, login screen class, login username, and also login password too. We are going to do the same thing for that, for login password too. We are going to write created password variable equal to self.ids.login password dot text. So right over here now, we are going to create another variable which is signing up user name. It's going to be equal to pickle dot load, then open open. Then we are going to write over here sign up username username, then we write our comma, then we write rb, write our rb right over here. The same thing too for password, signing up password too. We are going to paste it, change the name, signing up, then password. So we write pickle.load, then signing up, then password, then our rb. So now we want to create the variable for both our signed up username, sign up password, created the username and created password. We want to get the text.ids, whatever we input in our login username and password, and we want to get our username we want to create a variable whereby we get the username we use to sign up and the password we use to sign up. So let's move on to the next step. So now right over here now, what we are going to do now is that we want to make sure that when we are logging in, we want to make sure that it's check if we input the right value or not before it takes us to our profile screen. So for what are we going to do right over here? We are going to say that what we are going to say right over here is that if if signing up username is equal to created username, this one, whatever we input here, if the whatever we input here is equal to this one, and sorry, and if signing up password is equal to, then create password. Then what are we going to do now? We are going to what we are going to do now is that we are going to say correct username and password. We want to make sure that we print it out and say um correct correct username and password. And also um we are going to now say we are going to move to the profile screen because the password is correct. So we are going to say self dot parent dot current is going to be equal to profile. It's going to be equal to profile. So um now let's try it now and see if it's going to work. So let's run the program. Now we run the program. When we sign up, we input A as the username, A as the password. Say as account successfully created or login. So we try to log in now. We put A as our password, A as our password. It logged in successfully. So our next step is that if we input the wrong value instead of A, then it's supposed to show an error and says that incorrect username and password, and it won't take us to anywhere. So let's work on that right now. So now let's move on to our next step, and our next step is for us to now you create another condition L if this if I'll just copy and paste and explain for you. If sign up username is not, for us to check if this if whatever we input is not equal to the created username and not equal to created password, then we say incorrect. We are going to write print, then write incorrect username and password. So let's run it and see. Let's say we create an account now. Write A as our username, A as our password, and it says account successfully created or logged in. We click sign out and we want to log in. Write Z and Z right over here. It's going to write show over here incorrect username and password. So also we want to make sure the other way in case maybe the username is correct but the password is not. Either the password is correct, the username is not correct. We need to check on these two, because if we don't check on this, we are going to it's not going to actually want to make sure that it shows that incorrect username and password. It's still going to show incorrect username, incorrect password, and all those stuff. So let's work on that right now. So now right over here we are going to write another elif condition. Let me just copy and paste all these conditions for time saving. So we copy this now right now and we paste it right over here. Else if maybe this one is correct but this other one is not correct, and also it's going to print, and also the same thing to the other side too. That is else if now this one is incorrect and this one is correct, it should still show incorrect username and password. So let's run it now and see. So let's create our a profile. A is the name, A is the password. We create the account successfully created or logged in. Then we want to log in now. We write A, we write maybe B and B as the password. It says incorrect username and this. Let's write A and B. It's still going to say incorrect username and password right over here, showing here. Or we are going to write A here and we are going to write B. It's still going to show incorrect password. I'll write A and write A over here. It's going to log in successfully. So now we are almost done. The next step is for us to display all this text right over here into this Kivy screen. So let's work on that right now. That is our final step. So for us, our final step for us to display the error messages. So here's what we are going to do about it. For both the sign up screen and the login screen, we are going to come over here and create a new label right over here. The label is going to be we are going to copy this and paste it right over here. The label is just going to be empty and the text should be empty, and the size, the position should be 0.35 at the x and 0.25 at the y. For this is the for the what do I call it, for the login button. This for this for the sign up button, for the same thing for the login button. So what we are going to do right over here, we are going to write text. The text is supposed to be root dot sign up error root dot sign up error. And also we are going to just copy this and paste it right over here. Copy and paste right over here, and we are going to say login error, and our login error, let me see what we are going to do for that login error. The position, are we going to change it or leave it? Let's just leave it. So our next step now, right now, what we want to do now is that we'll come over to this sign up screen. We are going to create a variable called sign up error. It's going to be equal to string uh, string string property. String property is going to be empty, and also the same thing for the login screen. We are going to create a variable which is login error. Login error is going to be string property. It's going to be empty. Login error is going to be empty. So right from here now, what we are going to do now, let's work on the next step. So in this our step now, for sign up error, whenever we impute, what we want to do now is that whenever we find any error whenever we find any kind of error right over here, this one say text can't be empty, we are going to write self dot sign up error, and that sign up error is going to be str str what we are going to put under the str, you see text can't can't um can't be empty. So let's copy this right now, and then so when we copy it, then what I'm going to do right over here is that I'm going to copy the same thing too. I'll paste it right over here. I'm going to paste it wherever we have error. Text can be empty. No, there's no any other error again. So now whenever we move to our next screen now, we are going to, whenever we move to the next screen, instead of us displaying this text can be empty, we are just going to, I'll copy this and paste right over here. I'll just make it empty. str is going to just be empty. Our str value is going to be empty. So let's work on the login aspect now. So for the login aspect now, what we are going to do here is that I'll just come over right over here, and I'll also paste this whenever um okay, let's start from here. Whenever sign up username is not equal to the login username, then what are we going to do now? We are going to write sign up error, our sign up error right over here, incorrect username, incorrect user name stroke password. So the same thing, I'll just copy and paste this one too. It's login error. Let's change the text to login error. Login error. Login error. Login error. So let me copy this and paste it to save time. Okay, yes, also here too. Let me copy and paste it to here, and also, so now I think, and also when, if the password is correct, we should make sure that the login errors, this thing should be empty. The login error string should be empty. So I think we are done. So let's run the program. So now finally, I think we are almost done with everything. So let's run the program and see everything for ourselves. So now we want to log in now. Enter our username. Let me enter user as username and password as user. So when we click sign up, it says account successfully created or logged in. So let me log in right over here. I'll write user, then user. So login, account successfully created or logged in, sign out. So now I want to log in now. Maybe I input a wrong value and a wrong value here. It says there is something wrong right over here. We need to change the position for this, for our text to be below X. So let's change it quickly now. Just for us to change our what do they call it, our text, this login error message, we are supposed to, let's change the position to 1. Also the same thing right over here, I'm going to change the position to 1. I think that will solve the issue. Now let's run it again. Write user as username, user as password. They will create the account, the user as let's write user as our username, user as password. They will say as account successfully created or logged in. So let's log in now right over here. I'm going to write user, then user Login account. So let me log in and mistakenly write something. It says incorrect username and password. Incorrect username and password. If I also leave it empty, it say use incorrect username and password. Also, if I leave it like if I want to sign up, it also if I leave this space empty and click sign up, it says text can be empty and I can't move to any screen. So I think that's all for this tutorial. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Hi friends, please if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the like button and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please do not forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description below and also the link to this source code is at the description below. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video.